Hey friend, welcome back to Everyday Energy. Today we are going to be sitting down on the floor. We're going to do a little bit of twisting. We're going to do some stuff for the hips. It gets a little tricky and twisty and fun, but if you're in the mood to try something new today, I'm going to be right there with you the whole time. Let's get into it. Starting in a comfy seat today, you can go cross-legged, or you can stretch your feet out, or you can pad up your hips. Just get comfy up on top of your tailbone. If you need to move some meat out of the way, do that. Come to settle here, sitting up tall, giving yourself a little bit of space to breathe. I'm going to hold on to my knees for some support and some leverage, but you could also bring hands to the ground. What we're going to do here is we're going to imagine our tailbone pointing straight down to the floor, right? We're going to tuck it forward, we're going to point it to the side, point it back behind us, around to the other side, like we're drawing a circle on the floor with our tailbone. This might be very small. This might just be a little bit of wiggling around to see what's going on. If you are sitting on some cushion, ooh, that might be a different sensation than if you're sitting on the floor. So if you'd like to change your mind, it's never too late. If you're feeling good here and you'd like to envision this as a little around the world cat-cow action, you can involve as much of your spine as you would like. I've been going all one direction. We will switch directions. I know sometimes if I don't say it, it's like you have to guess. I don't want you to ever have to guess. But you've got some time here. Maybe the bend starts to inch its way up your spine. You get your shoulders involved, you get your head and your neck involved. Good. While you're here, can you soften your shoulders? Can you soften your belly? Let it go. Can you drop your tongue away from the roof of your mouth? And just when you're starting to feel good, let's switch directions, trying to circle the other way. Maybe you start small again. Letting this grow as you like. If you start to get frustrated by how small this is, how little movement we're doing, I want to remind you how beneficial just exposing our body to different positions can be. That's what we've been doing these past few weeks, right? Just playing, just seeing what's up, seeing what we can do, seeing what feels good, seeing what feels new, all valuable. You've got a few more moments here to finish up, or if you'd like to be done, you can move on. We're going to stay seated, so take your time and start to work your way out of this. Excellent. I'm going to extend my legs in front of me. You could also pad up your knees a little bit, but I'll show you where we're going first. We're going to bend one knee in so I can plant it on the ground. This might be more comfortable if you have your hips up on padding. It'll give you a little more room. If you like, you could bring the foot to cross across the opposite knee, but I want you to make sure that wherever you are, you can sit up nice and tall, still stretching into that plank, stretching out crown to tail. I'm going to use my knee for a little bit of leverage here. This can be farther away from you or really close in. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to twist around it, bringing my chest, my belly to face my legs. So again, you've got more room if you bring this out here, but wherever you are, we're sitting up tall. Good. Every time you inhale, you create a little more space. Every time you exhale, you sink a little deeper into that space. You can close your eyes to relax, or maybe if the eyes are open, you look where you're going. Woohoo! Checking out what's going on behind you. Good, breathing deep into the sides of the ribs, down into the back pockets. We've got a few more rounds of breath here, so if you'd like to adjust, add a little more leverage for this twist, now's a good time. Excellent. Breathing here for 3, 2, and let it go. Let's bring it back to the center. Maybe you extend your legs, shake them out. We're just gonna go for the other side. So let's walk that foot in. Find length in our spine, sitting up tall. Move your meat around if you'd like. And I'm gonna reach into my twist. This is a good time to put a little loving touch on your belly, on your skin. If you need a little extra leverage moving into place, if you need to navigate where the belly meets the thigh, if you need to rearrange your cheeks once you get into this twist. As we move through this, can you soften your collarbones? Can you relax your face? Can you imagine those inhales letting you rise like a loaf of bread? And those exhales allowing you to wring out just a little bit deeper into this twist. Reaching your crown up to the ceiling. Neck is growing out of the shoulders. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Untwist. Give yourself a second. Recollect. Maybe wiggle out your feet. I'm going to take my legs a little wider apart now. Heels down, knees bent. Again, your hips could be elevated, or you could do that now if you haven't yet. We're gonna drop one knee in towards the center and bring it back up. We're working on internal rotation here. So my goal is to keep the rest of my body steady, seeing how far down I can go, and bringing it back up. Good. You might feel a lot of sensation. You might even feel sensation. It doesn't feel a lot like work. So don't crank here, don't push. Just see how far we can go. You might think about keeping the other knee pointing up to the sky. You might think about stretching a little longer out of your spine. You might think about keeping your front and back pockets steady. Pelvis remains stable as we twist inside it. You might think about just relaxing your fingers and your toes. Good, my friend. Let's take 2 more here, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Prep yourself now that it might feel different, or it might not, and that's okay. Moment of truth. Here we go. In. Oh, yeah. And open. In. And open. Good. This should be like 5, 6 out of 10 challenge. 5 out of 10 discomfort. Nothing unbearable. You don't need to do that. Not even just in a, you don't need to punish yourself way, in a, it won't help you way, in a, you can make progress going at 50% effort. Because 50% is a lot more than 0. And 50% might be something you can sustain for a long, long time, which is how long it takes to make good stuff happen anyway. Good, take it easy. Can you soften your shoulders a little bit more? Find a little more space in your spine. How we doing? Not bad. Good. Let's finish up with 2 more reps here. And I got 1 more move for you. Just 1. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's going to be a little bit something new and different. Good. Let go. Shake it out. All right, we're going to take that same position, Legs bent to 90 degrees. Just watch me do this once before you try it. We're gonna drop the knees to the side. I'm gonna squeeze my glutes, stand up on my knees. Drop it back down, switch the other side, stand it up, okay? You can start to join me whenever you'd like. If you have never done this before ever in your life, I want you to cut yourself some slack here. You may need to rearrange the mat under your knees. You might be slipping around a little bit. You might need a little more padding. Ooh, if you've tried this and it's not going great, you can add hands to the ground. You can take this a little slower. Drop the knees, squeeze, stand up. Good. This is a lot of work with internal and external rotation. We're coming into full hip extension here. There's a lot of things happening. So if you've tried and you're not liking it anymore, we can just drop knees side to side. Yeah? Maybe you drop them to the side and sit up tall. So many things we can do in between sitting still and the thing I threw at you up at the top. Nice, my friends. And we're just here. Maybe you get a little comfier. Maybe you create a little more space. Ooh. Maybe you're feeling good and you'd like to try the standing version again. Ooh, good. The thing that's gonna help you get up without needing to swing into it is squeezing your glutes, coming into hip extension. That is a lot of work. Nice. We're gonna go one more time side to side, even it off. And then we're gonna get to lay down just for a second, just to feel the reward of those hips stretched out, nice and relaxed, feeling a little stronger, feeling a little looser. Here we go. Next time you are earthbound, let's work our way down. Let's stretch up the legs. Maybe you wiggle the feet side to side. Maybe you take a few deep breaths here, feel the rise and fall of your belly. Let yourself take a moment here and just be held. The more support you ask for, the more support you're gonna get. Feel where the floor comes to meet you and support you. One more deep breath to seal it all in. And on your exhale, let's roll ourselves to the side. And push ourselves back up. Whew. Thanks so much for being here today. Hip stuff is complicated, so if this felt new and weird and maybe a little discouraging, I encourage you to maybe revisit this a little later. Spend a little less time here, spend a little more time here, just play with it again. I would love to know how this session went for you, and I'll see you tomorrow.